Time travel. It's been messing with people's minds for years. The big question, is it really possible? Or is it just some crazy, impossible story? What's your take? Do you think time travel could actually happen? If you're leaning towards it being total nonsense, I recommend watching this video till the end because, trust me, after hearing these mind-blowing stories, you might just reconsider your previous opinion. Number 6. Mike Markham, a 21-year-old electrical engineering student, had a dream of building a time machine. He started working on it in his backyard in Springfield, Missouri. He created a basic and small machine, claiming that with it, he could make a screw disappear and reappear. Wanting to upgrade, the problem was that he didn't have much money to buy the necessary equipment. So, he decided to steal 6 large transformers, each weighing 300 pounds. It wasn't an easy task, but he successfully pulled it off. Unfortunately, his experiments didn't go as planned. With a horrifying explosion, the entire neighborhood experienced a power outage. Sometime later, the police arrested him for stealing the transformers. During the investigation, he confessed to the secret project he had been working on. He proclaimed that one day he would build that time machine. Upon hearing his story, the judge concluded that Mike was mentally disturbed and sentenced him to 2 months in jail. However, during his time there, he became widely known and popular among the people who found his story intriguing. After his release, Art Bell contacted him and invited him for an interview on the show Coast to Coast AM. People started reaching out, offering resources and money to help Mike achieve his goal. He was determined and risked his life for his project, earning him the nickname Crazy Mike from Art Bell. As time passed, people wanted updates on Mike's progress. However, Art Bell couldn't locate him. Mike had disappeared, and when asked, his friend mentioned the last time he saw Mike, he expressed the desire to make one final attempt. After that, there was no trace of him. It's possible that Mike succeeded and is no longer living in our time. Number 5. Man, we all want to be lucky, right? But let me tell you, crazy luck ain't always a good thing. It can land you in a world of trouble. Can you believe it? So let me lay out this story for you. There's this dude, Andrew Carlson, 44 years old back in 2003. The FBI cuffs him because he supposedly hit the jackpot of all jackpots. I'm talking about turning his mere $800 into a whopping $350 million in just 2 weeks. Now, you'd think that's the dream, but wait for it. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows. When they nab at him, instead of playing it cool, he spills the beans in a jaw-dropping confession about how he pulled off 126 super risky deals. Andrew claims he knew the ins and outs because he's from the future, like 250 years ahead. Crazy, right? But the authorities ain't buying it. They're like, nah, tell us your source or off to the slammer you go. Homeboy doesn't spill the beans, though. Instead, he promises to spill the deets on where Osama bin Laden's hiding and some AIDS cure. Did he actually give them the info? Who knows? Fast forward to the bail court date, and poof, Andrew's gone, vanished, disappeared. Doob went ghost, and nobody's laid eyes on him since. Wailed, huh? Number 4. In July 1954, something really strange happened at Tokyo Airport. It's one of those events that leaves everyone bewildered. A passenger, seemingly going about their flight routine as usual, had a completely unnatural passport. This passport was issued by a country that didn't exist, a country called Taured. Naturally, this raised eyebrows and concerns among airport staff. They started questioning him, but he insisted that he was indeed from that country. Airport staff thought the guy was trying to leave with a fake passport, so they handed him over to the police. The police interrogated him, but he stuck to his story. He even pointed out his country on the map. The problem was, the place he pointed to on the map was Andorra today, which left the man utterly bewildered. The situation was so peculiar that the police didn't know what to do. Consequently, they decided to keep him in the top floor of a hotel for the night, locking all the doors, thinking they could figure out this baffling mystery the next day. However, when morning came, the room was horrifyingly empty, and the man had vanished. This strange and eerie incident remains unsolved to this day, leaving everyone puzzled and amazed. Number 3. If you still don't believe that time travel is actually a thing, I've got to say, old sculptures and carvings have some interesting tales to tell to convince us that time travel is real. Take a look at this picture, a space-themed artwork in the Cathedral of Saint Hierom in Salamanca, Spain. Here's the twist. This piece was crafted years before the first astronauts ever ventured into space. Now, the big question is, how did the artists of that time know what future astronauts would look like? After spotting this image, folks on the internet threw around all sorts of guesses, but in the end, they settled on a theory. The creator of this artwork must have been on a time-traveling journey and decided to spill the beans through this historical masterpiece. Number 2. In 2002, this famous writer, François Brune, wrote a book called Vatican. In the book, he talked about a new and weird secret involving an Italian priest and scientist named Pellegrino Ernetti. Apparently, they created an extraordinary machine that wasn't a natural machine at all. In fact, it was a time machine. It worked in a way that a person could witness events as they happened. Ernetti claimed to have used this machine to witness historical events, like the last performance in Rome in 169 BC, or the crucifixion of Christ. He even said he took a photo of Jesus, which supposedly leaked in 1972. However, this claim was met with skepticism. While Brune's story about Brune and Ernetti was intriguing, many people think it's fabricated or exaggerated. Still, others believe not only is it real, but the Vatican continues to use this device. As you know, the Vatican is known for its numerous secrets, so some believe they use the machine to gain more power in the world. Number 1. In 1932, a journalist named J. Bernard Hatton, along with a photographer named Brand Joachim, was sent to write a story on the Hamburg shipyards for a German newspaper. They claimed that shortly after arriving at the shipyards, bombs started raining down from the sky, forcing them to seek safety to stay alive. When they emerged, before returning to Hamburg, they took several pictures of the destruction. However, the story took a turn when, upon describing the events that had happened to them, no one believed their account. No bombing had occurred, and people thought their photos were fakey. The matter ended there. 11 years later, Hatton, reading a newspaper at his home in London, discovered that an air raid had indeed taken place on the Hamburg shipyards, an attack known as Operation Gomorrah. To his astonishment, he realized that the newspaper photos strongly resembled the ones he and Brand had taken 11 years earlier. Yes, they had unwittingly traveled to the same place 11 years into the future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button and drop a comment to let us know. Also, if you want to catch some seriously interesting and bizarre videos every week, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks a bunch.